Hey everyone, and welcome to the first episode of Primaries to Watch. In this series, we'll be detailing, primaries to watch. These are primaries that are going to be occurring over the next few months, occurring up to Election Day. And these are the ones that are the most fascinating, the most interesting, the most important, all of those. These are the ones that will determine outcomes in November. These are the ones that are just interesting ones to pay attention to. So, that is what this series is, and I hope you enjoy it. So today, we have our first episode, and we don't have much to talk about. This is going to be a lot shorter than the latest in politics, which is why I just finished recording. So, on Tuesday, we have our first primary to watch, in technicality, it's not a primary, it's a runoff. Representative Martha Roby was forced into a runoff in the Alabama primary a little bit ago, and that runoff is on Tuesday, next Tuesday, and I will be covering it live. That is the main thing, and you saw the headline. We do have that on this one because it's the only thing we have to cover, really. And we'll be covering that Tuesday. It is going to be live streamed, the coverage of it. And we're going to have live results for you because I believe it's worth watching. And it will be a live stream, like I said. As for the time, I believe I will start around 10 or 20 minutes before the poll closing time, which is 8 p.m. Eastern Time, my time zone. So 7:50, 7:40 or so is when I will start the stream, and we'll be covering it until we have a result. But yeah, that's pretty much the only real story we have. So let's do a better introduction to this series. So we have a list. I have a list made up of the primaries to watch, and I'll be updating it as I identify more primaries that will become fascinating to watch. Here is an image right here. We'll disable the display, and you can see right there that is the beginning of the list. It is a Google Doc, and the link for this Google Doc will be in the description below. It's also on my Facebook page as well, that you can take a look. That will also be in the description. There are 65 primaries I've identified to watch, and as you'll notice, July 17th is that Alabama 2 Republican runoff, and on July 24th, we have another really interesting one to watch in the Georgia governor's race. The Republican runoff for that, Casey Cagle versus Brian Kemp, the lieutenant governor, the secretary of state. That is going to be, you see there is something there, a little asterisk. That is there because that is a key primary. There are asterisks near key primaries. And what a key primary is, I'm not going to have my whole series on that one. A key primary is one that has effects on the November race. Like, if a certain result that is not expected happens, then I will change the rating for the November race. That's how important these are. So that's what that is. And if you've looked at the polls, Casey Cagle, who is the lieutenant governor, leads against Stacey Abrams, the Democrat, who has already won the nomination for the Democratic side. But Brian Kemp is actually behind a couple points. So currently it leans Republican, but it would become a toss-up if Brian Kemp were to win the runoff. Now, it is unexpected for him to win the runoff, which is why we've kept the rating the way it is. But once again, that's something to watch. And we'll also have live coverage of that runoff as well. And we'll be covering all the primaries as well. So that's the main thing. And once again, the link for the list of primaries to pay attention to will be in the description below. And it will be updated. And I will make videos and Facebook posts when it will be updated. So thank you all for watching the first pretty short episode of Primaries to Watch. And we'll see you on Tuesday for our first primary to watch coverage of the Alabama 2 runoff between Martha Roby and Bobby Bright.